We'll keep an eye on the strike zone. Bryce Harper joins us now.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Bryce? How you doing?
Just watching a great game.
Yeah, how you dealing with the DH thing? And I'm sure you're grateful there is a DH in this league, but how you dealing with this?
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows I like to play and be part of the game, and I love playing right field and trying to be the best I can out there, interacting with the fans and everything like that. So this is definitely different, but trying to stay locked in as much as I can, watching the game, and being a good teammate as much as I can as a DH as well.
All right, so we got up against a time crunch earlier. We were talking about Thursday as your 10-year anniversary. How has the first 10 years gone relative to what you even thought it would be like?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I started my career and with the Nationals and had some great years there with some great teammates and learned a lot of stuff about the big leagues and how to be a big league ball player, and had some great veterans with me and Jason Worth and Ian Desmond, Mark DeRosa. I played with an assortment of guys and had a lot of fun there. And then coming to Philadelphia, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be in this city and with this team. What a great organization the Phillies are, and I'm so happy, and my family's so happy to be in this great city.
Yeah, that's one of the major changes from when you were a 19-year-old kid to a 29-year-old man. Now you have two kids of your own. Like, you have your own family.
I do. I'm very lucky, very fortunate to have two kids that I love so much, and I love being a dad and being able to interact with them. And they're getting to that age. Crew's almost 3 now, and Brooklyn, she's 15, 16 months now. So just being able to interact with them. I got a great wife at home that takes care of them when I'm away, and I'm just so thankful to have such a great family that supports me each and every day. So.
You hear from a lot of guys too, when there is a child involved, you feel like you're now kind of doing things for them. You're playing for them. What if anything for you has changed about your approach to the game?
I mean, I really just try to be that same guy every day, coming in and just trying to play the game and play it hard, play it right. Of course, you have a little bit more to play for, right? I mean, you play for the guys around you, you play for your teammates, you play for the city that you play for, the fan base, things like that. And then, of course, you play, for your family and your kids. And, they sacrifice so much. We all sacrifice. You guys sacrifice as well with what you guys do and being in the media, being away from your families. You guys understand what it's like. And I mean, it's not always fun to be away from your family. You start missing them, and you go on a 10-day, and you're missing your family, you're missing your kids, your wife, and just very, very fortunate to play the game that I do, but also understanding there's a lot of things outside of the game that I love to do as well.
Right. Inside this game, one of the stories has been the strikes that we've seen called tonight. You had one called against you. So on a night like this, when it appears as if the strike zone is going to be fairly large, do you change your approach? Do you guys talk about it on the bench? What's going on in the dugout?
I think you can just try to control the controllables, right? Not really worrying about the bat or the strike zone or anything like that. Trying to get the pitch that you can handle the best you can and put a good swing on it. I think like I said, you can't really worry about that. You can't miss the pitches that are in the zone. I missed that first pitch in the zone, and that's a pitch I can't miss. So I think you start just thinking about that, not really thinking about the strike zone or anything like that. Just trying to stay within yourself and do what you can. So.
Bryce, as you're getting ready right now to get on deck, potentially up third here.
Ow.
As an analyst, how do I break you down? Because sometimes you have the high leg kick, sometimes you go with the tap. How do you decide?
It's just feel. I mean, really, I just see what I feel like, see what I want to do, or I mean, I don't really think about it. I kind of just mid-pitch, if I feel like doing toe tap, then I'll do that, or I feel like leg kick, and then I'll do that. So I mean, it just really depends on how I feel, or there's times where I'll switch during the at-bat, there's times where I won't switch for a couple days. So I mean, it just really depends on what I'm feeling, I guess.
0-1 to Segura, and that's slapped into right field. That's going to get down for a hit. And the Phillies have their second hit of the night. Gene Segura is aboard.
Hey, I'm going to let you guys go for a second, and I'll be back on if I don't get up, all right?
Very good. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Bryce, you back?
Yes, sir.
Good to have you back. So this is interesting. You got two former MVPs, you of course twice, as DHs tonight in this game, which you don't see. And the part about Yelich's interview I found interesting. I'd love your perspective, given you've done this for 10 years. There's almost a resignation that, you know, you not lower expectations, but come to live with some of the outcomes here. These guys on the mound are really good. I mean, everybody wants you to get a hit every time up. You do. But the reality is that doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just go out there and try to play your best baseball, right? I mean, really just trying to succeed at what you do and hit the ball hard, have good at-bats, but you want success. You don't want to just go up there and be okay with, you know, a guy punching you out, or, you know, you still have to have that fire, that passion to go out there and, you know, play the game the right way, play it hard, and give it your all any given night. And, you know, I think there's a lot of good pitching in this league now, of course, but also there's a lot of good hitting as well. And
sky high, called off by the right fielder Castellanos, usually Harper.
You know, but I think going out there trying to give it your best effort, your best at bat each time you're up there, and sometimes you're going to have a good game, sometimes you don't. But also, you know, you want to have the best success you can each night you go out there and play.
So you're a smart guy. You make a living doing this. What is your thought on where baseball is now with the home runs and the strikeouts, etc.? Like, what does Bryce Harper, the player, think about the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of good players in this league right now. I think that if you just watch the game, you're going to see a lot of good players. I mean, if that's, of course, starting with the top at Mike Trout, you know, Juan Soto, Mookie Betts, Ronald Acuna. I mean, if you just watch the game, you're going to see so much excitement, so much flair and passion in this game. And, you know, I think, you know, some people just don't watch the game. You know, they come to entertain, right? And I get that. Like, you want the entertainment, you want the fun, you want the, you know, the excitement each night. But sometimes the excitement's the pitcher, right? I mean, sometimes you go out there, you see Jacob deGrom do what he does, or Max Scherzer do what he does, and that it's an incredible thing to see. I mean, if you really look back and you sit back and you see the game of baseball, sometimes the pitcher's going to have success, and sometimes the hitter's going to have success. And I think that's where the game is right now. There's so much talent out there. There's so much talent on both sides of the ball. And I think that's why you are seeing, you know, the homers and the punchies, and, you know, some guys hitting 240 with 35. I mean, it's part of the game right now. And I mean, I don't think it's going to change anytime soon with that. I think it's going to stay the same for a while, because I think guys are going to keep getting better and hitting the ball farther and hitting the ball harder, and guys throwing harder. It's just how the game is right now.
So I wouldn't say all, most of the technology currently with the pitching labs kind of shifts the power structure to the arms.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some things that go with that, right? I mean, you don't want to see guys lose control of, you know, kind of what they do, but as of right now, guys are just throwing as hard as they can at all levels. And then you get to the big leagues, and there's a lot of guys now that have been successful throwing really hard and know where it's going. I think the scary part is, you know, college guys, JUCO guys, high school guys,
106,
you know, throwing 100 miles an hour and have no idea where it's going. I think that's the scary part for guys like that. But, you know, at the big league level, I think guys have a certain amount of, you know, control in their arsenal with all the pitches that they throw.
Right. 2 strikes, 2 down. You're leading off for the Phillies. Let's see where this pitch goes. He held up. When do you start thinking about this next at bat? Or are you just doing us a great favor by talking right now?
No, I mean, right when I get out there, when I walk up the steps.
You know, you and Mike Trout are often compared. You came up at the same time. I asked our crew, like, how aware were you of Trout when you were about 14, 13, 14, 15?
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean,
you weren't,
I
right?
had no idea. Yeah. What an incredible talent, though. I mean, it's very fun to watch. I mean, all those guys. That's what I mean. And I totally forgot about Ohtani. That's my fault. I mean, he's probably number 1 on that list right now, because both sides of the ball, right? So, I mean, you see it from him, from both sides of the ball. I mean, you see him throwing 98 and hitting balls 450 feet. And
at this level, not in high school, not in little league, at this level.
Exactly. That's why it's so impressive, and that's why he's such a special player and a superstar player for this game.
Right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next one, Tellez, gone.
I'll see you guys next inning.
All right. See you next inning.